Okay, podcast friends. As I said before the other day, Sunday, that I was going to try my first attempt at a real podcast about 70s music. I'm kind of winging it a little bit, but some interesting information that I want to lay on you guys. I still haven't came up with title for my podcast. It's a 70s thing, 70s bands, 70s music, classic 70s albums, and I'm going to miss a lot of stuff. I am going to miss a lot of stuff. People might email me and say, hey, you forgot to mention this, you forgot to mention that. I'm just going with the stuff that I couldn't get away from, but the stuff that I like too, the stuff that I really cared about that influenced me growing up. I'll talk more about that as these podcasts, go on and on. But the first one, this has really been bugging me, so I have to get this out. And it's about the band Foghat. They released an album, I believe it was 1973, called Rock and Roll Was Just Amazing. To me, it represented the rock and roll of the 70s. These guys are blending acoustic guitars with electric guitars, cutting in and out. Just great tunes. The band was really, really kicking butt at that point. Love that CD. I can't say enough about it. And if I can show you guys, this is it. Foghat Rock and Roll. See if I can get a better shot. There it is. Foghat Rock and Roll. Great album. Now, Foghat, I don't know how many of you people realize, was created from Savoy Brown. Savoy Brown, killer band in the late 60s and 70s. And Ken Simmons, he kept it going, and he's still probably keeping it going, playing somewhere. He's probably the only original member. But was a great band, great blues band. And the lineup had three members of Foghat in it. Lonesome Dave, vocals, Tone Stevens, the bass player, and Roger Earl, the drummer. Now, my idea is what I think happened is that Savoy Brown put out an album, I believe in 1968, called Blue Matter. Okay, I'll show this to you guys. Get it right here. Blue Matter, great CD. This was a unique thing in the 60s because, late 60s, is one side of the album was live and the other side was in the studio, which was a really cool thing. And unfortunately, on the live side of the album, let me go back, album, because in 1968 we did not have CDs. So on this album, Lonesome Dave, which I said before, Lonesome Dave, Roger Earl, Tone Stevens, and Ken Simmons did this live gig without the vocalist. What's the guy's name? Chris Yodeland. Okay, he was the original singer for Savoy Brown. Well, he got sick and couldn't do the gig, so Lonesome Dave took over the vocals for that night and did the gig. They did the gig without him, and to me, I thought that was kind of like bringing on the birth of Foghat. Now, the next Savoy Brown album, which was a good one too, Looking In. I don't know if you guys remember this one or not. Also a great album, great music on there, great tunes. Well, Chris Yodeland wasn't with the group anymore. It was just Tone Stevens, Roger Earl, Lonesome Dave, 3/4 of Foghat, plus Ken Simmons, the original member of Savoy Brown. So that album, like I said, was really good. So then Foghat came about. I guess the other three guys left Savoy Brown. So Ken Simmons, he just picked up the pace and just got some more players. And they put out the first album, Foghat did, with the big single, I Just Want to Make Love to You. I mean, everybody, I must have played that song a billion times in bars through the course of my career. Now, I didn't know too much about that CD. I mean, they were okay to me at that point. But the album that blew me away was the rock and roll album. The songs on that CD, if you like good old English rock and roll, it's just killer. I cannot say enough about this album. I have to watch saying CD, although I showed you a CD. It's just killer. If anybody does not believe what I'm saying, just pick up a copy of it, or look it up on YouTube. Play a couple songs off of it. Killer CD. Just, I cannot say how much about it. But I have to tell you one funny story about that CD. Okay, for the longest time, I never knew the name of the CD. Okay, here it is again. You can see that. Foghat, right? It's obviously, you can see what that title is, right? Well, I couldn't. For years and years and years, I don't know, I was having a long dumb attack. But I always wondered, what is this CD called? How come they never put the name of this CD on the CD or on the album? I said, that's crazy. What is this CD called? And then finally one day it hit me. It's just like, I saw the rock and I saw the roll. And I said, oh, I get it. I get it. It's called rock and roll. So it took me a while, but I finally got it. I've been wanting to talk about this album for a long time because I just felt like it didn't have any hits on it, like Slow Ride and all that stuff and 8 Days on the Road. But there's some killer music on this CD. Killer music. And very good stuff. So I just kind of wanted to bring you guys attention to it. I wanted you to let you guys know that if there's any die-hard Foghat fans out there, this is an album to pick up. Hey, I said it, album. This is an album to pick up. Really good writing. Roger's doing some nice, simple but nice drumming. Nothing fancy, but everything works. The slide player Rod, I don't know if it's Rod Evans or whatever. I think he sang with Deep Purple. But the guitar player played a lot of slide. Him and Lonesome Dave worked great together. They had come a long way since Savoy Brown. They really have. So I've been wanting to get that off my chest, so now I did. So this is my first serious attempt of trying to make a podcast on 70s music. And I'm going to be jumping all over the place with these things. Bands, classic albums, just 70s stuff. So until the next time, hopefully next Tuesday night, I'll see you again. Now I got to deal with taking all this stuff down. Give a shout out to my granddaughter who helped me out. Love that girl. All right, guys, until next time.